Hello ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you the second set of Woonjin Stars versus Samsung Con. In that first set, we saw Guemchi take down Jangbi in a PvP, so he has slayed a dragon here already, and we're moving on to the map Judgment Day. We're going to have Guemchi playing against Samsung Con's Chavi. Chavi is a guy I don't know very well at all. Just looking at his stats right now, he's played a total of 21 games, so at least televised games, so I don't know. I have no idea what he's really got in store. I don't believe I've ever seen him play. Maybe I have, but certainly not memorable. So he is as much of a mystery to me as he probably is to you. He is 22 years old, so he's been around for a while as far as pro gamers go. That is pretty on the older side for pro gamers, 22 years old. But yeah, I have no idea what to expect here. Hopefully he's got something interesting planned out here for Judgment Day. It is an interesting map, definitely. 3 bases easy to take, but no ramp. 3 bases very, very close to each other, but no ramp. That's important to note that there's no ramp on this map. So it's a little bit harder to defend. Yes, you do have 3 bases, but it's not quite like Coliseum, where you can use that canyon to both attack and defend, and that canyon really comes into play. In this, you've got a lot of ridges, you got a lot of essentially walls, but they work. Walls and ridges work essentially the same in StarCraft, unless they happen to be wide enough. The ridges happen to be wide enough to like land tanks or something on them, but that's not the case here in this game very much. There are at your third base, or well, I guess it would be kind of hard to tell which one is your natural expansion, but at your gas expansion, there actually is a place where units can be dropped off on kind of a ledge overlooking it. We've seen that come into play a couple of times, but usually not too often. And Guemchi actually getting a lot of hits out on that drone before Chavi was even able to notice. We do have an overpull coming from Chavi, and Guemchi should be well in time to defend this. He already has his forge just about complete, and he should be fine in terms of getting cannons up and working on it. He's going to be able to delay this hatchery also for a little while. As long as he micros properly, he should be able to be a real pain in the butt. And wow, this engagement has gone on for a really long time. That probe actually has a second drone all the way down quite significantly in terms of health, so doing really good there. And blocking with a probe. Look at that, Guemchi. Pretty nice play there. I did not know that you could block that choke with a pylon. So very, very cool play there by Guemchi, taking advantage of the map. I don't think I've never seen that before. Obviously, I've only seen a few games on this map, but that was very, very cool. And also using the range of that probe to try and pick off at this drone. I actually did not quite have range, but just delaying this hatchery for so long. There are the Zerglings have finally come out, and the hatchery does get down. So the Zerglings are going to go put some pressure on, but those cannons are going to be well in time. We'll see if Guemchi's maybe able to stop the third hatchery from going up, maybe delay that one a little bit. But Chavi had a chance there. He beat the probe into that position, but he didn't actually throw down the hatchery, so a little bit of a mistake there. Getting delayed by just a couple of seconds, but does get down relatively easy here. So both players just playing pretty standard here. The 2 cannons for Guemchi, maybe one more than he needed, considering he put the pylon down to give himself an extra few seconds. He maybe didn't need to put 2 cannons down immediately. Could have put down 1 cannon Nexus and then put another cannon down, but playing it a little bit safe. Not too significant here. And we're just going to move straight into... Well, it seems like every game for PvZ moves straight into the mid-game. There really is no early game for PvZ anymore because of the Forge Fast Expand and the mass expo turtling Zergs. There really is no early game. About the only thing that can happen in an early game is if there's a Zergling run by. That's about it. Occasionally you'll see like a 3 Zealot push out by a Protoss player, but even that's not very common, so pretty much straight to mid-game play these days. We do have the Cybernetics core, very standard from both these players, and yeah, this is an interesting map for this matchup. Definitely, drops are going to be very nice on here because of all of the ridges. I would love to see Guemchi go with some sort of shuttle play, whether it's Reavers or High Templars or what. I think shuttle play would be very good on this map for Guemchi. You can really bounce in between the 3 bases, the triangle of bases, pretty effectively, and it's really hard to get a good surround on the shuttle. You can really bounce out to the middle of the map pretty easily and go between the bases. So definitely shuttles are very good on this map, I feel. If Guemchi decides to go that route. We do have a layer coming up for Chavi, and just macroing up as usual. PvC is early game PvZ has just become so stale. We do have a Zealot actually coming out to put a little bit of pressure on along with that probe. But there's 3 Zerglings there, and 1 more egg of Zerglings will be more than enough to stop it and be fine. There we go. There's 5 Zerglings, so he's fine. At least he forced 1 more egg of Zerglings rather than drones to be produced. So as far as that goes, I guess it's a little bit of a wing there for Guemchi, just forcing that 1 egg change from the build of mass drones. And actually a second Zealot has been sent to the front as well, has joined them and actually able to pick off a Zergling with that probe. The probe almost going down, but still has a couple hits left on it. Just being a nuisance, Guemchi, as much as possible. Actually, I like this play from Guemchi, just being a nuisance, just trying to put a little bit of pressure on. Maybe, you never know, Chavi might produce yet another egg for Zerglings rather than drones, and every single time you can get a Zerg player to produce a Zergling when he would really rather be droning up at the time is definitely a little mini victory that you can take away from it. And I think Guemchi got at least 1 or 2 of those little mini victories over Chavi here. We do have the robotics facility coming up for Guemchi here, so this could be kind of a Corsair Reaver or a Corsair drop build. 4th hatchery coming up for Chavi. Probably we'll see the 5th hatchery very, very shortly as well. There is the Corsair finally out in the air here at the 545 mark, making its way over to Chavi's base. But I think he knows exactly what's coming his way. Actually, a decent number of Zerglings have been produced, and 2 hatcheries going down there at the natural expansion. Kind of, I don't know which one to call the natural expansion. The natural expansion, the closer expansion is actually the mineral only, and then the 3rd expansion is the gas. So it's kind of hard to really tell which one's the natural. I'm going to call the one to the front that's the mineral only the natural, just because it's closer to the choke, closer to the main, so it's kind of weird thinking of it that way, but it is what it is. And 2 Overlords actually very, very close to each other. One Corsair actually might be able to pick off both of them if a Scourge don't pop out really soon. We can see their drones still popping out there. We got a robotic support base, so we will be seeing some Corsair Reaver here from Guemchi. 1 Overlord is about to go down. We got a 2nd Corsair pecking at a 2nd Overlord, and now this 1st Corsair is going to go pick at a 3rd Overlord. Nope, choosing not to, actually running away, probably expecting that there's going to be some Scourge in the air. So just going to retreat for now and keep his Corsairs alive. So we've got 2 Corsairs out so far. We've got more Corsairs being built out of this 1 Stargate, and really that's all you need. Sometimes you'll see players throw down a 2nd Stargate, but a lot of times that 2nd Stargate maybe doesn't get used for very often. It lets you get to that critical mass of 5-6 Corsairs. It's a little bit faster, but it's not really necessary, to be honest. You can really get there as long as you're careful with your early Corsairs. You can really get there pretty easily, and the Stargate doesn't get you there too much faster unless you're like making mistakes. So Guemchi just playing it safer. Well, not safer, but just playing it more correct, in my opinion, and just going to build up off of 1 Stargate, and that'll allow him to get some more tech out, let him get some more Reavers out, and some other units rather than just Corsairs here. We do have 5 Corsairs now, so we have just about reached critical mass. If they have +1, 5 Corsairs is enough. Otherwise, you're going to really want 6 to be a little bit safer. 5 Corsairs should be enough theoretically, but a lot of times